Good evening. The time is 6:30. Today is Tuesday, January 24th. I'd like to call this a regularly scheduled planning and zoning meeting to order. May we have a roll call, please?
Delory. Here. Mata.
Here.
Onken. Here. Guerra.
Here.
Stiegel.
Here.
James.
Here.
Chase.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum. Next, item number 3, minutes. 3A, Planning and Zoning Commission meeting minutes for November 29th, 2022, special called meeting, December 13th, 2022, and January 10th, 2023, regular meetings.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
motion to approve.
Thank you. It's been moved by Vice Chair Chase. Is there a second?
Second that.
Thank you. It's been seconded by Commissioner Mata. Is there any discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed. Motion passes. Item number 4, citizen comments. At this time, if any members of the public would like to speak, we invite you up now. We ask that you state your name for the record, that you limit your time to 3 minutes, and that you fill out a citizen comments form. Okay. Seeing none, I will close citizen comments. Citizen comments is now closed. Item number 5, consent. 5, we only have 5A today on consent agenda.
With the motion,
Yes, sir.
I move that we pass item 5A.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner James to approve item 5A. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. I will, Commissioner Stiegel, as a second. Is there any discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion passes. Item number 6, consider and possible action. 6A, consider a request to construct an approximately 71,240 square feet academic support center for Hays CISD located at 21003 North IH35 within the I-35 overlay district. Hays CISD Academic Support Center, Hays CISD, Conditional Use Permit, CUP-22-0072. Ms. Sharp.
All right, Kayla Sharp, City Planner for the record. Let me just share my screen real quick. All right, so this is the location. This is for the Hays CISD Academic Support Center. They're proposing to construct a building that's consisting primarily of limestone, veneer, glass, and EIFS, which is exterior insulation and finishing systems, which has a similar look to stucco. And so here are the elevations. So this is the front elevation that would be facing I-35, and then the, let's see, the north elevation, so like facing Kyle Parkway, if that kind of helps orient the way the building is facing. And then here is the back and the south elevation. So in addition to the building materials, they also have a lot of architectural details. This is within the I-35 overlay, and staff has reviewed it and found that it is compliant with the overlay and asked that the Planning and Zoning Commission approve this item. Are there any questions?
Thank you. Are there any questions for staff?
Question regarding the plan. I noticed in the southeast corner of the property, there's a detention pond of some size to drain all that property. And it shows the outlet as being in the southeast corner of the property, which would be essentially in the direction of a 40-home development or to back into Fuentes Elementary School, the field out back. Do you know anything about its capacity relative to the impervious cover?
So they do have an approved site plan that's been reviewed and approved by many staff members, including our engineering team and our stormwater and floodplain manager. And so they've reviewed all of that for compliance. This is an existing site. They're making additions to the site, and this building is the largest addition by far. And so that should have all been taken care of and approved with the site plan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Okay, would anyone like to make a motion?
With a motion,
Yes, sir.
I move that we approve item 6A.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner James. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Siegel. Any discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion passes. Item number 6B, discuss plan for public outreach, open house, and potential public hearings associated with the proposed downtown master plan. Is that going to be Will? Okay, Mr. Atkinson.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Will Atkinson, Planning Director for the record. I'll put it on here in case y'all wanted to discuss it, but it's primarily going to be kind of giving y'all a rundown of what we're doing so far from our what we're planning on moving forward and what have you. So on 2/23, which is going to be a Thursday night from 5 to 8 p.m. here in the council chambers, we're going to have one more public outreach opportunity / open house for our downtown master plan. We want to make sure that we are really focusing on getting as many people from the downtown area at this event and being able to get input from them. And for the public outreach aspect of it, we've identified a certain boundary around the central part of Kyle, and we're going to be sending letters out to them at each address. We're going to put up 4 yellow public hearing signs, or the signs that we usually use for public hearings, but they're not going to be public hearing signs. They're just going to be a notice that we're going to have this meeting. We're going to have 2 newspaper posts ahead of that. Where it's going to be on social media, and we're going to have a city event page set up. So again, this is an open house. It will not be, there won't be any public hearings. It's just going to be an opportunity for citizens to come in and see what we have to take as a draft form of the current downtown master plan. The proposed downtown master plan. We'll have 1 or 2 copies of it printed out as well, so people can thumb through it. And then we'll also make sure that we can push it to everybody to the webpage as well that we already have. Following the more data that we get from residents of downtown and business owners as well, we're going to incorporate that into the downtown master plan and edit it accordingly as well. And then bring it back to y'all based on all the citizens' comments and the comments that y'all made for the public hearing for the downtown master plan, and also council's comments as well. And so we believe with taking that all together that we'll have a further refined product that further meets the needs and wants of the city and P&Z and council. I know that was a bit long-winded. But
Mr. Atkinson,
Yes, sir.
What was that date again?
that's going to be on 2/23, February the 23rd. It's Thursday night from 5 to 8.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Do y'all have any questions?
Yeah, I do. So are we keeping this downtown master plan as including both the downtown and other areas of the city, or is it going to be downtown only?
So the contract that BGK had was for a primary focus of downtown, but they did provide other focuses or sub focuses as well from an architectural standpoint. I'll be honest, I need to go back and listen to what council said again on the recording for the city council meeting and take that into account as well. And also go back and look at y'all's as well.
Okay, because I think that might...
I don't have an answer for you yet, but...
Right, that just might change the way we advertise this event that we want people to come to. I mean, we want people to speak about our downtown, but people might want to know that this is affecting more than just the downtown, if that is the case.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions for Mr. Atkinson? Okay, it seems like that's the only question we have for you now. Thank you. We're going to move on to item number 7. Item number 7, general discussion, 7A. Discussion only regarding Planning and Zoning Commission requests for future agenda items. Are there any commissioners who would have anything they'd like to discuss on a future agenda? Yes, Vice Chair Chase.
Yes, I would like at our next meeting to discuss why we're having 2 voting meetings per month. I won't pontificate on this now, but just for the benefit of our newer commissioners, previously we had 1 voting meeting a month, and then we'd have a workshop every month. And I'd like to discuss the reasonings behind having 2 voting meetings now, moving forward.
Thank you. Are there any other items commissioners would like to discuss in a future agenda? Okay. Next, item number 8, staff report. Staff report by William Atkinson, Director of Planning.
All right. So these are primarily going to be dates to consider moving forward in February. One of them we just discussed, which is the Downtown Masterplan on 2/23. On 2/9, as through the email that I sent y'all asking if y'all were available, a majority of y'all are for a quorum. We're going to have a special called meeting on Thursday, the 9th. It's going to be, there's going to be 2 components to it. One of them is going to be a voting meeting for the standard P&Z items and what have you. And then the other component is going to be y'all acting as the Impact Fee Advisory Committee, with another gentleman also being on the board. And so that's going to be a portion of that meeting as well. I think it's going to be technically 2 meetings. So when you see it on the agenda that way, or when you see stuff posted on the website, that's what it's going to look like. But they're going to be happening back to back. This is going to be in place of the February 14th meeting for Valentine's Day. We figured it might be easier to have the stuff on the 9th instead of on Valentine's Day for those who are in relationships and what have you. On February the 13th in the evening from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., we have our land use fiscal analysis workshop and open house. So the 13th through the 15th is going to be the second trip that Verdunity comes down for our citywide comprehensive plan to do their next steps in terms of visiting with staff and making sure everybody's understanding why we're pursuing the land use fiscal analysis route when it comes to our comprehensive plan update. And that's what's going to happen on the evening of the 13th. The first 1.5 hours is going to be an open house just for the public to show up and what have you. And we're getting public outreach out on that. And then the second 1.5 hours is going to be a combination planning and zoning and city council workshop. So Verdunity can really delve deep into the land use fiscal analysis. On 2/15, so that's Wednesday the 15th, there's going to be a total of 5 public outreach events for the comprehensive plan throughout the city. One of them is going to be at Fire Station number 2, right across from Hampton Inn on Button Creek Road from 12 to 3 for those who are available during the day, this general citizenry and the public. And then concurrently at Barton Middle School, Science Hall Elementary, Tobias Elementary, and City Hall from 5 to 8, there's going to be the same public outreach. We wanted to make sure that we were hitting all 4 quadrants of the city, and then also at least one meeting for public outreach during the day. These are going to be focusing on getting citizen input on for housing, how they feel about density, commercial development, et cetera. We're going to get a lot of data from them on that. So those are the dates that I have. We do have a couple items that we're working on internally as staff. In addition, we are working on an update to our landscaping code per council direction. That's not quite ready yet, but we are going to be bringing it forward relatively soon. And we don't have a date just yet, but I just wanted to make sure it's on your radar as well. There will be at least one comprehensive plan amendment that council directed staff specifically to take into account coming up soon. It is to expand the regional node down at 150 and 21 south of the intersection. So based on the neighborhood commercial zoning that went through at the last council meeting, they also directed staff to bring that into play as well. So trying to think what else. I think that's everything for the moment. Yeah. So that's all I got.
Thank you. Okay. Item number 9, adjournment. I make a motion that we adjourn. It's been motioned and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed. We are adjourned.
Excellent. Thank you.